welcome to my channel. My name is Emmy from Emmy Evolving. If this is your first time joining me, thank you for finding me. This is not your first time. Thank you for coming back. How's my audio? Is my audio working? Let me listen. 1 second. Working. Hello. 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 Okay, hold on. Ooh. Is that what I sound like? Okay. Let's stop messing around. Anyways. Okay, let's just get these cards ready. Ooh, I'm suddenly super hot. Super hot. Okay. Girl, just get these cards ready. You're already running late. You've been running late, girl. 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 Oh my god, you're at the gym and you can smell cookies. Brookies are just gonna kill me. Have you guys heard of Brookies? It's killing me. I've gained like 2 pounds. 2 pounds of bloat. It's not even like weight, it's bloat. Girl, it don't matter if they're paleo. We have to stop. um Once upon a time, I was totally an emotional eater and I thought I beat it. And as of the last couple weeks, I'm absolutely eating all of my feelings. And I'm telling myself, I need it for the muscle growth. I need it for the glucose. No, girl. No. I mean, I do. I don't eat enough. It's hard for me to consume enough carbs because um, my body seems to think that it's cute to eat itself. Yeah, no, I'm reactive to most carbohydrates. So it's hard for me to get enough of it. Anyways, it's going to be fine. Deal with it, girl. This is what you chose for this life. Deal with it. Ew, I'm dealing with it the best way I can. By eating brookies? Yes, bitch. I'm just having a little conversation with myself between the self and the soul. Just letting myself know that I'm sick of my own shit. I kind of am, though. I kind of am. Okay, we're going to try and make this fast. We're going to try and make this fast. I'm absolutely sick of my own stuff. Okay. Let's get started. So I asked what this reading was going to be about, and what I heard is everything will happen quickly. So be ready. Be ready. Ooh, okay. I like this. Okay. All right. All right. So we're currently in spring. Whatever this information is, it's talking about right now. It's talking about whatever is happening right now or like about to happen for you, not just to you, but for you. It's something that you're not aware of. But even though you're not aware of it, you're going to remain balanced as you go through it. You don't have to worry. Don't worry. You're kind of being told in advance that there's some stuff that's going to just, pop off. You're going to be perfectly fine. You're not going to have guidance for this, okay? It's going to come as a surprise. Um but I mean, how surprised are you going to be when I'm already telling you right now that something's about to happen? Yeah, I mean, come on, you're already being told right now. Something's going to happen for you. Um it feels like this is an amazing opportunity and it's going to be like bada bing bada boom. Bang bang bang. Bing, bang, boom, just like that. It's gonna it's going to address this sense of lack of fulfillment. I think I think for some of us, we're feeling, maybe a little bit cheated, maybe a little bit like left in the dust, you know? I don't know. It's a sense of like for some of us, we're feeling a little bit disappointed about something, but we're trying to deal with it. We're trying to just be like, it's okay. Um, it's gonna be fine. Just gotta kind of, keep moving forward. And you do. You just need to keep moving forward, you know? Acknowledge that you feel a little bit disappointed, a little bit upset. Things didn't play out in the way that you were hoping or wanting or working towards. Sometimes that happens. It's okay. It's okay. All right. Just really give yourself permission to feel for a moment before you move forward. Don't pretend like everything is okay if you're not feeling like it's okay, but leave space to remind yourself, regardless of how you're feeling right now, it will actually be okay. Right? It will actually be okay. So, you got to set your intentions. Something's going to happen really, really fast. I don't know who this reading is going to apply to, who exactly it is that I'm talking to. But you know what? It popped in my head. I don't know why. My husband is just so extra handsome lately. It's ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. I'm sorry. I just had to say it. He's just so extra handsome lately. And it's just, I'm sick and tired of how handsome he is. And he seems to be aging in reverse as of late. Anyways, so whatever this is that's going to happen, you have to set your intention, right? Once you set your intention, you're going to see it, and when you set your intention, you're going to have to own it, like really down to your core. You're going to have to own it, and once you do that, you're going to see this mirrored outside of you. You're going to bring this into manifest form. You are. You're going to bring this into manifest form, but you can't have any doubts. You can't have any reservations as to why or if you are worthy or, any of those other things. Do you still doubt? Do you still feel like, well, I'm just me? Ouch. I just considered for a moment grabbing you by the shoulders and shaking you like a little etch a sketch. Just shake you like an etch a sketch and reset the picture. You got to stop with that. The reason these things are happening for you is because you are you. I'm talking to myself too, I'm talking to myself as well. Whatever this is that's going to happen, it's going to happen so fast. And it feels like it's going to be something so good for you. So good. I don't know. I don't know. It feels like you're willing to accept it, but you're not willing to accept yourself. That's an issue. That's an issue because in order to accept it, the pathway to receive it is by accepting yourself. So that's an issue. Mm. You might want to do some stretches for your shoulders and your neck because I think before this live stream is done, you're going to have the sensation of being grabbed by your shoulders and shook, just shook. So maybe things can fall into place for you properly. Maybe things can be shifted back into their proper place and you can really begin to accept yourself, love yourself, embrace yourself, so that you could receive whatever this is. Ah, it feels like you're settling for something. It just feels like you've been settling. and you've been continuing to settle. Hmm. I think that needs to stop. I really feel like that needs to stop because if you're going to continue with that, nothing's going to come of this. You have to actually do what needs to be done in order for you to progress in your journey of self love, self acceptance. You know, Hmm. You can't pretend your way through this. I hope you know that. You can't do what so many of us do, which is um, try and mantra our way out, try and positive affirmation our way through. You can't just keep repeating these statements that are intended to reprogram you and the way you perceive yourself. You can't just keep doing that. You have to actually allow the progression through this process. You're going to miss out on something huge. You know, last year I had been talking and talking and talking ad nauseum at some point. I had been talking and talking and talking about take a chance on yourself, invest in yourself, start a business for yourself, just do it, do it, do it, do it, do it. And you know, and I didn't know why. I didn't know why. I did not know why. Um, oh, that, that right there. I realized only recently, like in the past couple months, that because there will be events that are intended to completely crush you financially, emotionally, mentally, socially, in every single way possible. It's intended to crush you in order to force your compliance, in order to force you into a space of dependency on the very organizations and people that would love to crush you, control you, dictate to you how to live, how to exist. But for those of you that listened and you started your own little thing, hey, you are not going to be crushed. You're going to weather this. Whatever this is, you're going to weather it. You took that opportunity, you took that guidance, you did something with it. And you're not going to be crushed. For others of you, it was a thing of needing to prepare. There's some type of event coming. I don't know what it is, but there was something about um 40 days after that weird ass eclipse, right? That's coming up. I don't know the date. I don't know the date. But that's coming up. That date is coming up, and you're supposed to start preparing. If you start preparing and nothing happens, beautiful. You still have the reassurance that you can weather things, right? If you're not going to do what needs to be done and you're already being given the information in advance, and no, you should not be doing things because you're afraid. You should be doing things because it's like, oh, you know what? Just in case, no biggie, just in case, right? And now we're being told that we need to really progress through whatever it is we're going through and embrace ourselves, allow ourselves to recognize that we deserve to be embraced and held not by others, but by ourselves first and foremost. And if you're going to do it, amazing things are about to happen for you, you know? Amazing things are about to happen for you. If you're not going to do it, then, you need to be okay with experiencing more of the same thing that's made you feel unhappy, unsatisfied, unfulfilled. And it's not because that's all you deserve, it's because that's what you keep choosing. You want something different, you got to do something different. I know you're comfortable settling for bottom of the barrel. You're very comfortable settling for just the last little bits, right? Are you even comfortable in that space? No, right? No. No, you're not comfortable there. You've just become acclimated to it. So if you're accustomed to not being comfortable, then why don't you use that ease with discomfort to put yourself in situations where you can experience tremendous change? Not because your life sucks right now, but because you deserve to experience other aspects of your potential. You deserve that. You deserve that. I've experienced so many different forms of existence just in this lifetime. So many forms of existence, differing degrees of placement on that plane of existence. I've experienced homelessness and I've experienced stability. I've experienced every single potential positioning between those two. Um, I needed to, and it will fluctuate, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. It will fluctuate. And the reason it fluctuates is because I see now that I've allowed myself to see, that fluctuation has to do with my perception of what I deserve. I've been observing the way I affect my environment for quite a few years now. There will be things that happen and they're very internalized, and I don't speak on it publicly. You cannot see any type of shift in my behavior, my demeanor, my candor, none of that. No one knows what's happening, and I keep it all to myself. And even when something's happening, if I stay in the mindset of I am open to being surrounded by the love that I deserve, the love, respect that I have earned, then so many people find me. And even if things are going good and I'm in a space within myself that's unspoken and unwitnessed, a space where I feel like I don't want anyone around me, oh man, you'll see that number just go down, 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 down. It's fascinating. It's fascinating. You have that type of control in your environment. You do. You do. I look at the numbers and the way they play when I live stream on TikTok. I don't necessarily track the algorithm or the analytics for business use. I just use it to track my attitude and my progression through processes that sometimes I speak about and sometimes I don't. There's been times where I've live streamed twice in one day. And the first live stream, I'm just bullshitting, talking, having fun. Man, it's crazy. It's crazy because when I'm in that space of just flowing, I'll see several hundred go ahead and follow. And I could be in a space where I'm feeling a little bit bitter and I didn't really want to live stream, but I'm being told I need to live stream. And I'll offer free services, which theoretically and historically, that would net quite a few subs just since I started in January. A couple times when I did that and I was in the right frame of mind, I had over 1,000 subs in one day. I was live for maybe 3 hours. just enjoying helping others. Over 1,000. That's fucking crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. But if I'm not in the right mindset, I get maybe like 30 new people. And again, it's not about tracking the progression of my business. It's about tracking the progression of my own journey within myself. It's about seeing the effect you have on your environment. Your heart is made of a toroidal field. It generates a toroidal field. Your soul doesn't live in your head. Your soul is held in your heart. When you're fighting yourself, you're fighting your soul. It affects the toroidal field of your heart. You begin to repel the very people, things, situations, opportunities that your soul is working so hard to bring to you, to make life easier, to make you feel happier, to make you feel satisfied and fulfilled. When good things happen for you, it's not luck. You did that. You opened yourself to that. You said, yes, I'll receive that today. I don't know what that is. And I don't realize I'm thinking this, but yes, I'll receive that. And when you miss opportunities, you also did that because you said, no, not today. I don't feel like it. I don't want it. And soul said, okay, okay. Everything will happen quickly, so be ready. The moment you align between the self and the soul, the moment you allow yourself to love yourself and provide for yourself the way you so willingly will do for someone else, even complete strangers, because that's how you love, right? That's how you love wholeheartedly. You love wholeheartedly and so deeply to the point where you would bleed for other people, except you won't do that for yourself. Oh, and I get it because I've done that most of my life. Most of my life, that has been my very behavior, my mindset, the way I hold myself or discard myself. And no, I'm not a victim. These are just observations of the different positionings that I have within this process of learning and growing that's called life, right? I've seen all the ways in which I've elevated my regard for myself or completely crashed and trashed the way I see the person that I am. It fluctuates. You're not meant to be linear, right? It's not a solid straight line that you're supposed to travel. There's no such thing as a perfect way to do your soul journey. You see, when you make it a goal to progress in a solid, linear fashion, that's called a flat line. And I've said this before, and I'll say it again. Are you truly living when the rhythm of your life is a flat line? In medical terms, a flat line is evidence of lack of life. When you flatline, in medical terms, you are categorically dead. Mhm. So, yes, your life and your journey is supposed to have ups and downs, and the ups are designed to be much higher than the downs, unless you want to invert that, at which point the rhythm of your life, the beat of your soul that lives in your heart, it's not healthy. It's not healthy. You need to find a way to convert that back to a normal sinus rhythm. That lub dub needs to be recalibrated. Everything is going to happen so quickly. The moment you become aware of what it is you need to do, which is simply allow, right? You're simply allow. It happens so quickly. If it's going to happen for you, it's going to happen quickly. If we continue with that medical analogy, People think that when a defibrillator is used, they have those paddles like clear, right? You're gonna shock the shit out of you. Oh, yeah. Um, they're not restarting the heart. That's not what that's for. They're sending a shock that halts the rhythm in hopes that the body will be like, whoop, reset, bring it on back. Bring it on back. So that hopefully your heart will beat normally again. Right? Hmm. Yep. You're shocked by something in life. Okay. Soul got out the paddles. It's resetting you. It's shocking your ass back into normal. And then just be normal. Stop clinging to the fact that soul shocked you. Everything will happen quickly. Some types of healing, you are so ready for it without realizing it that it's not going to be a long, drawn out process. You're just going to wake up one day and be like, holy shit, I like myself. Holy shit, I like life. My life is pretty good. It's not perfect. I'm not rich. I still have bills. But shit, life's kind of good. I kind of like it. I kind of want to live it some more. You don't have to draw things out that don't need to be drawn out. You just don't. You don't. If you allow yourself to prepare by allowing yourself to recognize that you are dependable for everyone except yourself, that you refuse to acknowledge and accept your potentiality, that you refuse to allow yourself to shift so that you can be in better alignment to receive, that you refuse to listen, you can do something about these things. These are simple decisions. You do something about that, you go into perfect alignment. Zero effort. Yep. So here's the instruction. Allow yourself to be able to depend on yourself. Be your biggest fan and your biggest supporter for yourself. Allow yourself to acknowledge and receive the potentiality that's already being placed in front of you. Allow yourself to shift. Allow yourself to listen and actually hear the instruction from soul. Allow, allow, allow. That's all you have to do. And once you do that, connection is reestablished. Connection is reestablished between the self and the soul, and you go into a space. You go into a space of allowing your passion and your energy to fuel your rise. Right? Let's see what soul has to say. Okay. I wanted to inform you about the recent improvements. It allows for opportunities. And then there was another notification that says support is here to try and help you stay connected. We've got something that you may be able to use to get ahead of the game. Excuse me. Soul is confirming that it wants you to succeed. It wants whatever this is to happen for you. Let it happen for you. I really don't need to shake you like a shake weight or an etch a sketch. You just let it happen. Just let it happen. You don't need to be shook. You're gonna be okay. You're gonna be okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Some of you will be shook. I'm not volunteering to be shook. I tell you that much. I'm going to listen this time. I'm going to listen this time. I'm not going to let myself be shook. So, conscious connections. You need to allow yourself to connect to the very people and situations that are necessary for your growth and the opportunity to reach you. Okay. Some of these conscious connections are work related. Some of them are romantic in nature. Some of them are, ooh, ooh. Some of them are things that are connections that are difficult for you to accept, to allow in, connections that you resist. And no, I'm not talking about toxic stalker ass people. It sucks that I have to keep saying that, but some people are fucking ridiculous. They think everything that's said is about them. So, whatever this is, it's something that's really intimidated you in some way. It's a connection that's intimidated you. I don't think it's intimidated you because whoever this is, whatever this is, has been trying to dominate you. I don't feel that at all. I feel like you've had all the space in the world. You've been able to take your time and have your space and your silence and your thoughts and your process, and it's been lovely. And I think the reason you feel intimidated by whatever this connection is because on some level it represents the light switch that turns your light back on. Damn. Damn. Yeah. Whatever this is. Ooh, this feels like a soul-based connection. It feels like a soul-based connection. It feels profound. No, Nikki Grandma Nana, don't be shook. Don't be shook. We're gonna wrap you in bubbles. Don't get shook. Listen to soul. Don't get shook. Oh, here. Listening for truth. Seriously, you guys gotta listen to soul. You gotta let yourself hear what needs to be heard. You gotta let yourself experience what needs to be experienced. And when you do that, um, you need to not be defensive in what you're experiencing. Oh, I feel so attacked right now. Ah, I feel so attacked. Don't be defensive because look, defend to the end the worthwhile, but it's in reverse. Like, this is not a situation where someone is going to come and you're going to have to fight with them. You're going to have to fight against them, right? Like, no, whatever this is, again, this is not a toxic person. I mean, they might have their own issues, but their intention is not toxic to you. Their presence is not. Sorry. I smell my old girl. Earlier today, I have this little altar set up for her. It's like a gold dish with two little gold bowls and a little gold cup with a gold spoon. And have a little bit of dog food in there for her and a little bit of water. I have flowers and I have a little baby yam. She loves yam. And a candle that just always burns. And earlier today, I looked at her little altar and I was like, all right, girl, we're at a point where, you don't need all of this. You don't need the yam. You don't need the water. You don't need the dog food. So we're going to have to put that away now. I kid you not, within like maybe 10 minutes or so, I've been hearing her for the past like hour and a half, 2 hours, doing her little bark to demand her ice water. 'Cause that was her thing, her ice water or demand food, or those were her obsessions. And now I smell her. The things that we need, the connections that help us to lose our fear of thriving, our fear of our existence, they never go away. They don't. Just because you would like to have that connection in a specific form does not mean you will have it in a specific form. But if it's a connection that's necessary, it will never go away. It just will never go away. That includes this type of connection where you don't have to defend yourself. You don't have to protect yourself from this. This is something that just needs to be allowed to happen because it's something that's highly supportive in the most gentle, most loving, most grace filled way of this part of your journey. It is what it is, right? It is what it is. It is what it is. And I hope, although it is what it is, you receive it in the most peaceful manner possible. That you allow yourself to simply bear witness to the ways in which you are provided every circumstance and experience that helps to generate the emotions that will fuel your process and trigger the thoughts that will lead to the growth, the development of your maturity, the expansion of your awareness of yourself. Shock of the new in reverse. This is nothing new. This has happened for you many times in your life. But maybe it just feels new because this is the first time that you're actually so ridiculously aware before the start of the process or as the process is underway. You are aware that this is a process that's bringing you to another place within yourself and your life. And I think that's the only thing that's really different. You've experienced this before. You've experienced many things before. You're actually a very experienced person, but you keep yourself in the same headspace that keeps trying to convince you that you haven't truly lived, you haven't actually experienced anything. I mean, think about how old you are, right? How many years have you existed with this name and body? How many years? You telling me you haven't learned or experienced anything in all those years? I beg to differ. You have learned and experienced so much in the entire time you've been here. You have been in the process of learning and experiencing since your body was being formed in the secret of your mother's womb. You've been learning and experiencing and growing. And just because you haven't been doing it in the same way as the next person, the person beside you, or the person online who's telling you the way they're growing is the appropriate way, fuck those people. They don't know you. They don't have the same purpose as you. They don't get to tell you what to think and how to see yourself. I had someone ask me last night, I was live on TikTok, and they were like, we had a conversation about God and Jesus. And this random person is like, so should we stop believing in Jesus? I'm like, what the fuck kind of question is that? Why would you ask someone what you can and cannot believe in? Believe in whatever more deeply connects you to your divinity. Please, no one should have that kind of control over you. I was literally annoyed. Like, I'm sorry. Did you just find me? You just found this is your first live stream with me. This is the first time you've come across me. So you're telling me that someone who you've known for like 15, 20 minutes should tell you whether you should believe in something or not? Stop. You fucking silly goose. Knock it off. Hell no. Stop listening to other people. Hell, don't even listen to me. Listen to your heart. Your heart is the megaphone of your soul. Your soul sings to you. It sings to you. That language of the soul is not heard. It is felt, not heard. So let yourself feel. Let yourself feel how quickly all of this will happen for you. What is being promised to unfold? Mystic Mermaid! Girl, you've been on my mind for like a week or two. You have been so on my mind. I hope you and the babies are okay. I love that you popped up today because I've been like, you know what? I need to find your email or something. I don't. Oh, we're friends on Facebook, right? I probably should have checked there. I haven't been on Facebook. So, yeah, I think we get everything that we need to get. You know, we get everything that we need through this process. We might not realize it, but we have everything. Everything will happen quickly, so be ready. You're already ready. You just have to accept that you're ready, embrace how prepared life has made you for this. You are in this world, not of this world. You are not like the other little fishies. You might be little in your eyes, but you are actually a big fucking deal. You are a big deal, a very big deal. So accept what soul is gifting you and allow the process to unfold. So, hashtag 1, 2, and 3. All right. Hashtag 1, 2, and 3. Go ahead and claim whatever you are drawn to. I feel little too. I do. I'll show you guys something. I'm going to show you guys something because we need to have a visual representation of what we are and how we are. Give me 1 second. I just gotta airdrop this stuff. All right. Let me airdrop this. So, oh, you got more buttons to press, girlfriend. You got more buttons to press. Okay, there we go. Anxiety's kicking in. Well, hello, old friend. Hello, old friend anxiety. You can go ahead and go to voicemail. Leave me a message there. I'm busy right now. Go, come on. Come on. Airdrop it. There we go. Janet's legs were dangling on the leg extension machine today. My legs dangle from there too. It's like a good, I don't know, 12 inches off the floor. Got me feeling like my name is Kevin Hart. Yeah, it's okay. Okay, I'm sick and tired of these devices taking far too long. We ain't got all day. We ain't got all day. Okay. All right, let's see. Let's see what we're going to do first and foremost. Alrighty. Mhm. Ah, okay. I don't need all those. We just okay. It's so fucking embarrassing. Okay. Okay, hold on, hold on, hold on. Okay. We're just gonna show you. I can't stop laughing. You guys, okay. Um, um, I can't. I don't know why this cracks me up so much. Okay. It's gonna be okay. Just show them. just, just show them. Okay. All right. Here we go. Here we go. Here. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. I'm not gonna play this video because I don't know. It just weirds me out. Okay. So do you see this? The top. Okay. So this bench part is typically the average person's shoulders are hold on. It fucking cracks me up. Okay. Typically, the average person's shoulders are about here. So my short ass, it's like not even racked because I struggle to reach the platform if it is locked in place for the average person. So it has to be like all the way down in order for me to be able to um properly reach the sled. Okay? So I looked at it and I was like, "Damn. I don't I was feeling beefy and stuff until I saw how I looked on the machine, and it just I looked like, yeah, yeah, that was sad. But here's the thing, okay? This was like a warm up. Here's the thing. Look at this though. Look at this. It's a different angle. So hold on, hold on. Like we feel small, right? I feel small. Because I am small. It's like I'm not gonna play with myself. I'm fucking small, okay? You got a problem with it? Too bad. You tall ass people. Okay, let me not be aggressive. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And there's another 5 on the other side. Each of these is 45 pounds. 10 times 45 is 450 pounds of weight, right? So if we take all 10 of those plates out, this sled right here is 167 pounds by itself. Wait, let me turn off the volume. Look at my little thigh. My baby ham hock. Come on, girl. Okay, we're ready now with my big ass hobbit foot. Look at that. Look at that. Okay. Okay. Let me just get myself ready. Girl, hurry the hell up. I had to go on my tippy toes. Yeah. Small what? Small who? What? Say it again. Say it to my good ear. What? What? Yeah. Okay. It doesn't fucking matter your size. It doesn't matter how small you are. What matters is what you do with what you have. Okay. So let me do some math. I don't remember how much this was. So let's see. 450 plus 167 equals 617 pounds. Psh, bitches. Bitches. Yeah, 617 pounds. I could do more, but I didn't have the proper knee gear. I don't want to hurt. I don't want to risk hurting myself. I could do more. Don't matter. It don't matter your size. It don't matter how small you are. None of that matters. What matters is the size of fight you have in you. That's what matters. That's what matters. You can do things you're not even aware of yet. You think, oh, but I've gotten older. Okay. When I was in my mid 30s, I was leg pressing 500 something pounds. That's about 10 years ago. That's about 10 years ago. I shouldn't be able to lift more than what I used to lift 10 years ago, 10 years younger. I can deadlift double my body weight, and I'm not light. People think I'm like 100 pounds. No, I'm not. I'm not. No, I've packed on quite a bit of muscle. I'm not light. I could deadlift if I'm gonna do like just one rep, like a PR. It's taking it to the edge, but I think I could deadlift about 375 pounds. I could do 3 sets of 15 at like 250. But, I might pee myself. Yeah, I'd do it. I could do it. Mhm. Yeah, I might need to have wraps around my elbows, my knees. I might need to wear a lifting belt and have some hand wraps because I have a weak grip, but I could do it. You see, if you're going to allow yourself to be crippled by the fact that you need some supportive devices, supportive presence, right? You can take those knee braces as an analogy for your best friends. I mean, how old am I? I'm 45. And people have been shitting me and telling me like, "Nah, no, you look like you're 20." No, stop lying to me. Stop lying to me. I don't look like I'm 20. I look like I'm 45. So if you think that you're going to have to do it without the appropriate support, and because you don't have the appropriate support, um, that means you can't do it, then you're never going to accomplish anything. You're never going to accomplish anything, right? So because 10 years ago, I maxed out at 500 something pounds on leg press, same type of machine. And I understand I've aged 10 years. My knees want to preserve that. Want to preserve that. I can't do another tear. Cannot. I don't want to. So what did I do? I said, you know what? No, you're pissed off today. You got this. You do it. Do it. Do it. And then you know what I did? Because I was afraid that I would injure myself, I texted my husband who was somewhere else in the gym, and I was like, "I'm gonna do PR. Could you come support me and hype me up?" And what I really meant was like, "Fool, I need you to spot me. Could you could you make sure the sled doesn't fall on me and tear my ligament?" That's what I meant. But I was like saying it in a joking way. And so he was standing there. He's like, "All right, you got this. You got this." And he's like clapping at me. And I was like, "Oh, oh, you really trying to hype me up?" And because I interrupted his workout, I decided like, okay, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. And if he sees me struggling, he's already right here, and he could just push the sled back up. And because he was there, and I was like, "Oh, I gotta impress this man. I went ahead and I did it. Yeah. Sometimes you think you need more than what you actually need just because you don't believe in yourself. That's crazy. So 617, that's a lot of weight, especially for someone my size and my age. That's a lot of weight. That's a lot of weight for even someone who's half my age. Um, but really, the way it feels when I push that weight, I think I can put another 2 plates on there, another 180 pounds. I'm pretty sure I could. But I'm gonna need to brace myself in the way that's needed, right? I'm gonna have to actually wrap my knees to ensure their integrity. You see, you can do a lot more than you give yourself credit for being able to do because you haven't done it before. And the only reason you haven't done it before is because you're afraid of what will happen if you fail. What will happen if you succeed? What will happen if you prove to yourself that you can do it? What would happen? You'll have the proof that you've been looking for, the proof that you've been waiting for, to prove to yourself that you can actually make something happen, something that you didn't think you could. Logically, I should not be able to have as many businesses as I have and to have it as viable as it is. Why? Because I've never taken any business class. Business is not my forte. I don't like any of it. I don't. I don't like sales. I don't like to track algorithms. I don't like to track analytics. You need to track those things in order to make the proper business projections to ensure a continuation of the viability of your business. Ooh, Michael read your comment, Janet. What if you fail? And Michael quickly answered, then you'll know the goal that's been set for you to break. Break those limits, move past it. Mm, that's interesting. That is the glass ceiling. It's made of glass. It's made of glass. Shatter it. All right, hashtag one. Here we go. Here we go. Hashtag one. Sixth house routine. Wait. Hashtag one. Excuse me. Hashtag one. There we go. That's your gym's motto. Wait, what's your gym's motto? We should work out together. we should. We should. Yes. We so should. There's this one girl at the gym who she's like she looks like my son's age. And she works out super hard. And I see her on that leg press machine and she'll keep going till she cries. I fucking love it. She'll stop crying. She'll keep pushing. I'm just like, you little beast. Yeah, no, and she knows how to modify her physique efficiently. And like the other day, I was thinking of going up to her and being like, "Can we be workout buddies? Because I want to cry too." It's true. I want to cry too. Because I have Ehlers-Danlos and I have compromised joints. Um, I can only go until I start kicking and writhing like a toddler having a tantrum. I can't go with those type of weights until full on failure and I'm crying. I can't. So maybe she'll be my spotter. I don't know. I wanted to tell her, like, can we work out together? I want to cry too. Oh, but I don't know. She might take it the wrong way. So, card number 30, sixth house routine. The body is a sacred garment. You must change your usual way of looking at things. The sixth house is ruled by the mutable sign Virgo and the planet Mercury. And the horoscope is the area of routine and everyday life. It's not so much a dazzling place as it has to do with the ordinary. It also rules the body and specifically your health, especially the digestive tract. So this is telling me that for those who chose #1, you've been struggling to digest the events of your life. You need to take a look at the health of your ability to process the events of your life and what you are being offered by soul. This house reminds us that we should do what we should do to maintain good health. And in this, diet figures in. Anything that comes under alternative health or various approaches to strengthening the body and supporting a healthy lifestyle all falls under the category of the sixth house. So diet figures in. That tells me that you need to be very conscious of what you take in from other people, the way you allow other people to influence you. The sixth house is all about duty, responsibility, and gainful employment. It shows how hard you work, how organized you are, how much you worry, and what you do on a daily 9 to 5 basis. This is why it's also looked upon as a house of the job, how you earn a living as an everyday citizen. When this card turns up, a job change is possible. You need to push, 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 push and create a product, create a service, create some type of brand that you can monetize. You can be your own brand and simply churn out content. You're there. Oh my God, this girl, yo, for real. I came across a girl who makes slime on the floor. Like, let that sink in, okay? She takes the gallon-sized jug of Elmer's glue and micellar water, and she starts churning that shit on the floor, right? And I came across her like a week ago, and I was like, "Oh my god, that's so what the fuck?" And then I kept watching, and then became so satisfying. It's like an ASMR video. It's a slime tutorial ASMR video, and it had something like 3 million hearts. And I was like, "Okay, I'm kinda liking this." And so I hearted it. And then yesterday, I didn't go to her profile. I was like, "Oh, maybe this is just like her one viral video." Yesterday, I came across her video again, and I was like, "Huh, I thought I hearted this." And then I realized it was a completely different video. And again, oh my God, I watched it like 2 or 3 times before I was like, "Okay, stop. You're supposed to do something else." And then I was in the comments. I like to read the comments of videos that move me in some way, whether it irritates me or I enjoy it or it's like an emotional thing. I go in the comments and I look at everyone's comments, and someone said something along the lines of like, how much slime do you already have? Like, how do you even store this? With the amount of slime videos that you've made, you should just start selling it. And then someone comments under that and says, well, with the amount that she makes off the videos, she doesn't need to sell anything. And I was like, wait, what? That got me curious. So then I clicked on her profile. Do you know how many viewers she has? How many followers? Over 18 million. 8 million. 18 million followers. And all her videos have millions of views. One video I saw that it was viewed like 88 million times or something like that. And no, it wasn't jealousy. I was like, Fuck yeah, girl. Keep making that fucking slime. Make more slime. Keep making slime. Hell yeah. Keep going, girlfriend. I felt excited for her. Like, shit. Yeah, you found what makes you happy. Then you figured out how to monetize it. 18 million followers. And it's like a 2-minute video of her making slime on the floor, literally on the floor of her home. I would say that's amazing. That's amazing. Find what makes you happy. Do it. Do it. Monetize it. Monetize it. You have no idea. Just because you don't value something that makes you happy doesn't mean other people won't see value in it. My business is based on what I do for free. I've done this my whole life for free because I don't value it. I'm working on valuing it, but yeah. And then one day I got to a point where I realized, okay, I just need to monetize it because too many people are just taking advantage of me as a person. I need to monetize it. And so I did. So I did. I still don't see why people would purchase services because I feel like you should be able to do these things for yourself, but most people cannot. I guess most people cannot make slime for themselves and they enjoy watching her make slime. There's nothing wrong with monetizing that. She's enjoying herself. The people watching are enjoying themselves. Find what you love and make a brand out of it. Monetize it. It's time for you to consider other forms of income. If it doesn't work, that's fine. You had fun. You had fun. Move on to the next thing. What else do you love to do? Okay, monetize that. See how that plays out. You have no idea what will stick and what will not. And you don't get to tell other people whether or not they should value what you do, what comes to you normally and naturally. I had to go through a lot of caca and deal with a lot of caca people to begin to understand the value of what I do. One time I had this girl try and like put me on the spot in a public live stream where she wanted me to give her information that I teach. And I was like, "Oh, you can take my class, this and that." She goes, "So you mean I have to pay to feel safe?" "No, you have to pay for the information you're trying to get out of me." She was upset. I don't give a fuck. You're upset because what? That is unique content that I created. And if you want access to that, it's monetized. You need to purchase the access to that. It's a reasonable fee. You want to get it for free, you go somewhere else to someone who's offering it for free. You have to stop being apologetic for understanding or beginning to understand the value of what you do, what you offer, who you are. For those who chose #1, this is your time to step into the place of allowing your financial abundance to rain down on you. This is your time. If you're going to put it off, okay, next month. Oh, next month. You're going to miss your window. There was a girl who had an expedite last night on TikTok, and she had a question of the start date of her business. She was planning to launch, I think, in July. I want to say it was July. And I was like, I don't want to I don't want to mess you up by giving you information. What if I what if I misunderstood what the cards are saying? But what the cards were telling me is like, start now. There's no reason for you to wait until July. Once certain events happen, July, your business is going to tank. It's not going to go anywhere because everyone's going to be freaking out about this and that. And that's it. It's not going to go anywhere. All that effort, all that planning, all the money you invested down the drain, it's not going to go anywhere. You start now, yeah, you won't have the official fanfare. You won't have the proper time to promote a soft open and then a grand opening. Who cares? Start. Just start. Start. Make it happen. Make it happen. It could be as simple as you just recording videos while you're on the toilet. I mean, do you, if that's you. Do you, boo. Do you. When the sixth house card presents itself in a reading, an important thing to consider is your state of health. Medical appointments may figure into your reading. For future plans to progress smoothly, you must be strong in body. An area to look at closely is your diet. Again, another mention of diet, what you are taking in and assimilating into your existence, right? You must be strong in body. Maybe for some of you, the content you're supposed to create, if you want to be a content creator of some kind, is merely documenting your journey to health. Do you know how inspirational that is? To see where you started and to join you on that journey and see you progressing and having these people who become your family cheering you on, rooting for you to succeed. It's beneficial for both the creator and the consumer of the created content. Make something happen for yourself. Let's see. An alternative health approach may work best for you now, and you may find yourself interested in energy work, acupuncture, chiropractors, health supplements, herbs, and visits to health food stores. Becoming involved in these matters professionally may also develop. As the sixth house has everything to do with your routine and what you do regularly, you may experience changes and disruptions in your schedule. It would also be to your benefit to become as organized as you can, since at this time, any type of disorganization could defeat your plans. So, have some loose type of plan. You need to make sure that you at least have a goal in mind. Um, Something as simple as it's my goal to make one video update a week. It's my goal to produce at least one unique product a week that is just, I don't know, post it on Etsy or something. I don't know. You know what you excel at. You know what skills you have. Make it happen. It's time to pay attention to the small particulars rather than the larger picture. The larger picture cannot develop without the minute details. You may find yourself worrying over little matters, which is exhausting. Visits to libraries and schools may somehow assist you in your plans. It's important to be analytical in your endeavors, or they may come unraveled and not turn out in the ideal way you want. Perfection is not necessary to success. Completing what you start is more important. The sixth house card does suggest you insist on quality and usefulness, right? You may find yourself critical at this time, and others will seem to be critical of you. They'll be critical of you if you're critical of yourself because you're leaving open a space of resonance. So the people who resonate with your hypercriticality of self, they'll find you and they'll be critical of you. Hmm. You may find yourself critical at this time, or others will seem to be critical of you. You may want to clear up or correct matters which may have become unhinged or at least off track. Efficiency and doing the right thing at the right time will serve you in the coming days. This is probably not an easy time because it's not meant to be. Should I read that again? This is probably not an easy time because it is not meant to be. For something to really serve you in the best way possible with the outcome you are wanting, you will have to go step by step and have patience. It's not likely to happen fast, but whatever you manage to accomplish will stick and serve you well in the future. You just have to get started. So now let's go hashtag two. Uh huh. Hashtag two. Um, okay. Number 35 for, oops, those who chose hashtag 2. 11th house, friends. Don't walk behind me. I may not lead. Don't walk in front of me. I may not follow. Just walk beside me and be my friend. Uh-oh. The 3 graces of hope, faith, and charity, the bonds of friendship. Rely upon support from friends and other associations. Don't attempt to go it alone. You will need help. So, this is telling me that you have a fear of other people abandoning you, failing you, betraying you. The 11th house is all about associations and how we connect to others. It's the house of group alliances, ideals, and our aspirations in a public or social arena. This 11th house is commonly referred to as a house of friends, but it is so much more than that. It has everything to do with a collective that comes from groups, people who identify and align with each other to make social change. By combining our energies with others, we can make our world, but more importantly, the domain of others, a better place. The 11th house has much to do with our destiny, what we decide to give before we leave this earth, our soul's purpose. Listen, this is such an important thing for you to hear. You have been deluded into this belief that your destiny requires your poverty. That is the biggest fucking lie that you have ever been told. Your destined path, your divine purpose has never asked or required of you to promise poverty in order to be worthy of it. That is a choice that you make because you listen to people who want to be able to take from you what they should compensate you for. Let that sink in. You chose hashtag 2? Let that sink in. This belief that in order for you to be a good person, you need to suffer. You need to do without. You need to be in a state of poverty and lacking and misery. How is that going to make you a good person? That's going to make you bitter. That's going to make you feel, I don't know, abandoned by soul, forsaken, tossed away, unloved. How's that going to help you? When people treat you poorly and don't treat you by the value you know in your heart you have, that creates a sense of bitterness in everyone. You might hide it very well. That's okay. I hide my feelings often too. But don't lie to yourself about you don't feel bitter, that you help everyone else and no one else helps you. You know the reason why they don't help you? Because you've programmed them to believe you never need help. That is not a big deal. I'm slowly learning that when the people I trust, and it's hard for me to trust people, I don't have trust issues. I have an intact memory of the ways certain types of people have taken advantage of me and mistreated me. It's not a trust issue. It's an awareness of the different potentialities of human behavior. Okay. So the people who have gone through things with me and have earned my trust, when they offer help, I accept. No matter how uncomfortable it makes me feel, I accept. Why? Because I need to heal that wound. If I'm going to get to where I need to be, I need to arrive there as a whole person with no deficits, no parts of me scooped out, hollowed out, eviscerated. No, I need to arrive as a whole person. So the people that I trust, I am trusting them even more deeply to help me learn how to accept and receive without this debilitating fear that if I receive, I will be used. I am now bought and I must do what the person tells me to do at a later date. Like, no, no, no. What if you choose to but don't have anyone? EB, that tells me that you need to begin allowing people then. That tells me that maybe first and foremost, you need to become your own friend. And if you already are, you need to then allow yourself to be witnessed as the friend to the self that you already are. So people will learn how to properly treat you and you can begin to bond with others because that's necessary. That is necessary. It's necessary. I used to live with this belief that I had no one. I chose no one. That thought that I had no one, that's a lie. I lied to myself. I didn't allow anyone, right? I didn't allow anyone. And that's why I lived with the perception that I had no one. One day I woke up and I realized I'm surrounded by a bunch of people who actually genuinely care. Like, wow, what? What? Years ago, I was going to do a in-person retreat. And I remember there was this one person who had purchased a ticket to go, and they were making me feel so uncomfortable, like so uncomfortable. I was just like, oh my God, I don't like, no, hell no. Hell motherfucking no. Right. And then I was talking to my BFFs about it. And one of my BFFs was like, Emmy, do you know how much these people love you? They will never allow anything to happen to you. And this is not a person who just like spews sweet things that don't mean shit. Like the reason she's one of my BFFs, the reason my BFFs are my BFFs is when they say something, it carries such a gravity for me. They tell me what is needed to be known, not what they think will just make me feel better. That's why I cherish them so deeply. And that statement coming from her specifically, I was like, okay, you'd never lie to me. You would never bullshit me. So I need to just relax. I need to calm down. I need to calm down because I'm consistently surrounded by love, a love that keeps me safe. And I never take that into consideration. I was still at that time existing in a space of thinking like I'm on my own. It's just me. I can't count on anyone because my husband wasn't going to come with me. I didn't want my children to be exposed to strangers. So we decided that my husband was going to stay home with our kids. It was in a completely different state than where we were living. It wasn't just the state next door. No, I was going to be about 20 hours away. So there was a lot of anxiety there, like, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Right? We create our environment. And I will let you guys know for that specific circumstance, that specific individual finally said something one day before the event. And I was like, you know what? No, we can't have you coming. Sorry. Nope. Refund. You cannot come. You cannot be present. I'm good. I'm not going to tiptoe around this. Like, no, something's very off. You make me feel unsafe. It is my job to cultivate my space and own the space that I exist in. Right? In order for you to own the space you exist in, you have to be in charge of what you will allow and not allow. And if someone's going to be telling me that their plan is to fucking hunt me in the middle of the woods at night, no, motherfucker, you're not coming. I don't give a shit if you were joking. Bad joke. Bad joke. You're out. Oh well. Feel however you feel. No. Right? Having standards, having boundaries are important. And once you have those things, what is the danger of allowing yourself to establish a connection with someone who respects those things? What is the danger in that? Well, you might actually feel loved. You might actually have irrefutable evidence that you're not alone in this world, that someone understands you, that someone sees you, right? I mean, once you establish those things, um, what's the danger when you're in the presence of someone who respects those things, that they would never cross those boundaries, right? Right? It's more than a weird thing to joke about. Years later, that person ended up in a family home waiting for me to arrive until about 3 a.m. I'm good off being nice at this point. I'll be letting motherfuckers know. I'm good off being nice and making sure I don't hurt feelings. Let me hurt your fucking feelings so that you know. No, take your delulu ass somewhere else. Right? These are things, difficult lessons that I had to learn. But just because there are delulu people who pose an actual threat to your safety, that does not negate the existence of the people who will uphold your needs, your boundaries, who will respect you, defend you, even in your absence. They would speak up for you and be like, "No, you can't talk about so and so like that." Right? Don't let those nasty people rob you of the presence of the good people who love you. The 11th house has much to do with our destiny, what we decide to give before we leave this earth, our soul's purpose. The 11th house deals with the greater good and living up to an ideal. This card says that we are not in this world alone and that it's time to aim higher and go among the broader society to work with others or share energies, as it's not a good time to work on your own. The support of allies and other groups are necessary. So, this is telling me that you're probably at a place in your journey where you have the courage to acknowledge your power, but you don't yet have enough courage to harness that power. And so you need people of like mind and like heart to help you understand that just because you're going to harness that power does not mean you are going to wild out, lose control, and hurt people, right? Sometimes the most important thing a friend can do for you is tell you the things about yourself that you're unable or unwilling to see. The very characteristics that cause you to continue to choose options that hurt you. Those are amazing friends, people who not only understand and uphold your boundaries and your needs, but they encourage you to see the places within the self that still needs a little more cultivation. The 11th house points out how we are distinct. It's a reminder that we are unique amongst groups and friends. When this card comes up in a reading, the focus is on friends, what groups you belong to, and who you associate with. For some of you, I don't know why this is coming up. Oh, shit. For some of you, a couple of you, I feel like this is coming up, the whole concept of um, who you associate with. You might have gotten rid of the most toxic person, but you associate with someone who still associates with toxic people. That toxic person, their toxic group, their toxic friends, whatever it is. If that's the case, no, you're getting secondhand smoke. It's the equivalent of you saying, okay, you're going to quit smoking, but staying in a room that's been hot boxed. You're still breathing in the smoke. It's just secondhand. Oh, no, but I'm not putting the cigarette to my mouth. Okay, sure. You're still breathing in the smoke. I have a very clear boundary for myself. The moment I deem someone very toxic to the degree that I need to cut them out permanently, Anyone who continues to still associate with them, I'm not going to go to you and be like, hey, it's either me or them. No, that's not my place. I'm going to see that you have no problem with their toxicity. So I'm going to just kind of distance myself from you, most likely permanently, because I'm good. When I say I'm not smoking anymore, I'm not going to go into dwellings where it's hot boxed. Like, I'm good. I'm good off the whole fucking thing. I'm so good. Please, my God, I'm good. No, thank you. No, absolutely not. So for some of you, I don't know who, um, you're still getting that secondhand hit off toxicity. They're going to drag your ass back in during a period where you really need to be focusing on what you are building for yourself. That's a waste of your energy. That is a waste of your energy. You got a toxic friend that you cut off, but you and that toxic cut off friend have a mutual friend. Okay. You think you're all good because, you cut off the toxic person. But hey, guess what? Toxic person is now starting shit with your mutual friend. Your mutual friend is now coming to you and venting to you because you know the toxic person. You would understand that they're not talking shit, they're just venting. How does that make you feel? I know for me, I'd be riled the fuck up. I would want to start shit with that toxic person. That's not how I love my friends. Like, you fuck with my friend, I'm gonna fuck with you. Right? That's why none of my friends are drama. None of my friends deal with toxic people. They have the same mindset as me, where it's like, oh no, nope, I don't got time for that shit. Mhm. That's why they're considered friends to me. I don't have to worry about them dragging me into some bullshit. I don't got time for that. I don't have energy for that. And it's not a selfish thing to have that kind of standard or boundary. For those who chose #2, you might need to take a good hard look at what you're passively allowing. This passive permission you are giving because you don't want to be mean. You don't want to tell someone else how to be. If that's how you feel towards someone in your life, that tells me they should not be in your life. They should not have access to you because they are doing things consistently that upsets you, that disrespects your needs and your boundaries. You don't want to hurt their feelings, right? That's why you don't say anything. Well, have you ever looked at it from the other side of the spectrum where it's like, why do they not care about your feelings enough to modify their behaviors around you? Oh, that would be selfish. They're already selfish. What are you talking about? They're already selfish. They didn't care about how their behavior affects you, while you're over there caring about how your behavior affects them, how your needs and communicating those needs will negatively impact them. Like, no, no, there's a lot that needs to be looked at. Okay. Your energy is being burned up and used irresponsibly if you're going to allow that. You will not be able to generate enough to manifest what you want and need in life so long as you continue with that type of environment. It's not going to work. How do I know? Because I've tried many times. I've tried many times. To achieve your objectives, pooling your resources with those of others may be necessary. There will be changes in your friendships and associations, or possibly you may be able to achieve an important goal or desire based upon who you know. It represents a collective creativity. A friend may have the very information you need to further advance your cause and goal. Or it could be through the friendship of lovers or spouses that will allow you to attain your dream. This means you are to hook up with the right people at the correct time. Now it's all about the people you know and what organizations you associate with. So if you're someone that really needs other people around, you need to cultivate who you keep around. And no, it's not this encouragement for you to be in transactional connections where you are only present if you can benefit from that. That's dickish. Don't be like that. What I'm talking about is making connections and cultivating those connections that are mutually beneficial, meaning, yes, you see the benefit to you. And also, yes, you see how you could be of benefit to them. That is mutually beneficial. There's nothing assholish about that. And it's not transactional. It is something where you both want each other to succeed. Okay. If you're going to be in a transactional connection, you need to be honest with yourself about it being a transactional connection, because don't confuse that. You want it to be transactional, but then you also want them to be what? A homie? It's not going to work. That's not going to work. It's not going to work. That always blows up. So be careful with that. Okay. Um, Even though it's a fortuitous time to join a class, a club, a society, or a group, it's also important to be a standout. Others will support your individuality. Sometimes this card indicates a sudden appearance or disappearance of an old friend. So things are going to be shifting. For some of you, you're going to shift and change, and it's going to reignite resonance with someone from your past. It doesn't necessarily mean romantic, but someone from your past might pop up. And then for others, it might be that you're realizing you have nothing in common anymore with the people in your inner circle. The 11th house is also the house of stepchildren or children who belong to your lover. Issues involving such children may arise. The appearance of this card also means the collective, those who support you as friends, but can sometimes indicate open enemies and rivals. Be careful of the people who present themselves as friends, but secretly despise you for being able to do the things they wish they had the courage to try to do. Be very careful of that. Okay. Um, for people who picked #2, the gist that I'm getting, you have drama whirling and whirling and whirling and swirling around you. You've been trying to side skirt it. It's time to address it. Not necessarily be confrontational, but it's time to address it and just be like, okay, I need change. Is this person capable and willing to grow with me? No? Okay, leave that alone. And you don't necessarily have to ban them, block them, or any of that unless they're full on toxic towards you. Frenemies, fuck that shit. Ban, block, cut them off, delete their number, whatever you need to do. Okay. And you don't need to explain yourself to anybody. The moment you identify someone is toxic to you, you just need to do what you need to do. You don't need to have a conversation explaining why you need to do what you need to do. They know what the fuck they're doing to you. They know how they're acting when your back is turned. You don't need to point that out. You don't need to point that out, because all you're doing is giving them a platform from which to launch the most fucking drama with you. No. Quietly put your transmission in reverse. Back that bitch up. Turn the steering wheel, put it in drive, and go in a different direction. That's all you got to do. Okay? If you're going to explain yourself to someone like that as a frenemy, I don't know. That's up to you. That's up to you. But I'm telling you right now, it's going to start a whole lot of drama because that person was waiting for an excuse to unleash the bullshit and hatefulness they've been storing up in jars. Okay. Okay. I'm just saying. Just take a breather. That got me riled the fuck up. Just take a breather. Take a breather. Let's all just exhale. Just exhale. Exhale. Okay, we're good. You're good? I'm good. You're good. We're good. Okay. Moving on to #3. Oh, wait. Let me put that on the screen. #3. Here we go. Okay. Yeah, we got to woosah. We got to he hoo. He hoo. I need to eat. Hold on, guys. I need to. I'm just gonna go ahead and drink some eggs. hmm All right, final card. Hashtag 3, card number 16. Cancer, I feel. Your feelings are your God. The soul is your temple. Rely upon the wisdom of what you feel right now. So, this is your opportunity to just pick hashtag 1. Just revamp it. Reassess your selection. Dump hashtag 2, hashtag 3. You just go for hashtag 1. Hashtag 3. This card spells out drama. Drama. Okay. Drama. So claim hashtag 1. But if you selected hashtag 2 or hashtag 3, allow yourself to just receive the message so that you can prepare on how to avoid. Duck and dodge. Duck and dodge. Duck and dodge. Okay? That's all we got to do. So, hashtag 3. Individuals born under the sign of Cancer are mysterious and alluring, just like the ruler of the moon, a solitary orb that floats alone in the night sky, yet is still very much in sight. No, don't run yet. You need this information so that you know what to run from. Don't run from the message, run from the circumstance. All right. So, Cancers have a depth of feeling not easily seen, as if in the deepest parts of the ocean, fathoms below the surface, but where there is great power. So that's telling me that someone is feeling something very intensely. They're getting all the way riled up, but they're hiding it. They're hiding it. Okay. You picked hashtag 3, and suddenly someone comes into your head and you're like, I've been wondering if they've been mad. They mad. Probably at you. They mad. Should they be mad? Probably not. I don't know. They mad. They're hiding it. Cancers are reclusive and they tend to hide their feelings and have alternating moods. So I just told you they're hiding it. They are emotionally vulnerable and are easily wounded. See, so you don't even know what you did. Oh no. I have Cancer in my chart. Prominent placement. You breathe at me wrong. That's gonna hurt my feelings. I wish I was joking. I wish I was joking. I'm not. I'm not joking. But I have to care about you deeply. You have to like be in my innermost circle. Because I'm not like that with just anybody. It's like maybe just, a handful of people that I'm like that with. Like my poor husband, this guy, we're at the gym, he exhales. I'm like, why are you breathing like that? What are you mad for? I'm exhaling. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, you sure? You're not exhaling at me, are you? Okay, they are emotionally vulnerable and are easily wounded. They can be downright touchy, and when feelings are bruised, Cancers can come across as crabby and harsh. They feel for others deeply and are exceptionally sympathetic, but as they are highly empathic, the emotions of others can exhaust them. So, and again, I have Cancer in a prominent placement. Thank God I also have Capricorn because this is some bullshit type of behavior. Sorry. This is some bullshit type of behavior. Okay. What this is telling me is for those who chose hashtag 3, you're dealing with someone who does not have the ability to emotionally regulate. And I'm not saying that all Cancerians are incapable of emotional regulation. No, I'm talking about specifically the person you're dealing with. They have an issue with regulating their behavior, their thought process. They be going to town with some crazy ass ideas that they totally just made up in their head. They made up an entire scenario. There was something that you might have said or did that cause them to feel offended in some way without you intending to and not being aware of what happened. And then from that, they create an entire story in their head. So be careful. Be careful. Cancers are resilient, endure much, and can overcome just about anything, which seems peculiar because they're so sensitive. If you can navigate this successfully, then maybe your connection can survive it, but you need to be able to call things out as it is in a way that they can understand. You can't just avoid it. If this is someone important to you, because really, there are some people who are very important to us who we can't just cut out. You can't just cut out a person who's important to you just because there's a misunderstanding or a misalignment. Okay. Most other people, though, get the scissors out. Yeah, no, most other people, you can absolutely get the scissors out. You don't have to connect with everybody. Cancer is a sign of the mother, and those ruled by Cancer tend to be overprotective of their offspring, which means they also like to control and take over. Here comes the drama. Here comes the drama. So there's a potentiality that you are in a space of finding yourself, finally thinking for yourself, making decisions for yourself. And this individual might not be your biological mother, adoptive mother, or mother figure, but in their head, they see it as they've become so accustomed to being able to dictate to you how to feel, what to do, what to think, your options. And now that you're thinking for yourself, they're getting offended. They're feeling cut out. They're feeling like they're being left behind. Oh shit. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. The child is an extension of the mother who also needs to be protected, so she must remain strong to take care of her young. This is telling me there's probably like some type of unspoken power struggle. Cancer is a sign of imagination. They have a rich fantasy life, so they do well in the areas of creative writing, art, and also music. And with their gut reactions, cancers can also be very accurate psychics, so long as they're not deluded by their destabilized emotions. I mean, your psychic gifts are very heavily affected by your emotional state. It's very heavily affected by your emotional state. You got to be careful about this. Okay. You got to be careful about internalizing and mirroring someone else's struggles about losing control over people they love. I don't know. I think for most, I don't know that this is someone that's hateful or a frenemy. I feel like this is someone who has trauma bonded with you, potentially someone who has trauma bonded with you and is struggling to maintain a bond that's rooted in trauma. They might be seeing you healing and it's causing them to feel some type of way like they're being left behind. And that's because they're not interested in healing. That's tragic. Should you compromise your healing journey just to keep them comfortable? That's up to you. That's up to you. When the Cancer card presents itself in a reading, you can be assured emotions are high. Drama, drama, drama. You may want to withdraw, or you may be dealing with someone who is withdrawn or depressed at this time. There is a feeling of being connected to the unseen world, and this includes the world of ghosts and spirits. This card can indicate inherited psychic abilities and even witch blood. There is a typhoon of power behind Cancer's strong feelings. Hmm. Ah, this sounds like it's oof. But it can also mean you are in sync with other people's emotions. You'll instinctively know what to do at the right time. I think for some of you, um, this might be like a relationship, a friendship, um, sisterhood or brotherhood, where it's worth putting the effort to salvage it, but they have to be willing to be open to hearing what you have to say and your take on what's happening. It cannot continue to be a trauma bond where they're dictating things to you. There's a lot of wasted energy and wasted potential that you could be using to create the foundation of financial, emotional, mental stability for yourself. You cannot sacrifice yourself for someone who is willing to stay in a state of suffering. You should not. You should not. Absolutely not. No. No. Absolutely not. And sometimes that's the most loving thing you can do. Letting someone know, like, hey, you know what? As much as I love you, I am moving forward with my healing and my growth. And as much as I would love you to walk beside me and heal yourself while I heal myself, if you choose not to, I have to honor that and leave you exactly where you are right now. It's not an ultimatum and it's not a threat. It is the reality of where I am at within my journey and an acknowledgement of where you currently are at. But you have the power to decide to not stay there. If you choose to stay there, I will miss you. If you choose to walk forward and heal yourself, hopefully we continue in the same direction and we can encourage each other, support each other, um, hold another when we're exhausted through the process, right? I mean, these are some difficult conversations for people to have, but these conversations can usher in the next part of your connection, an elevated connection. Um, There is sensitivity and emotional closeness indicated. If your question is about love, it may be a secret or involve bonded souls. This card can also mean that family or domestic issues need to be addressed. A mother or maternal figure is also indicated with this card. Women may figure prominently, women's issues and how women get along. So I'm telling you. This has a lot of drama in it, but the drama can also be something that serves as the fuel for everyone involved to rise above that struggle, bond in a much deeper way that's healthy and encourages, supports healing all the way around. But it's going to take someone in that circumstance to have the courage to point out that this needs to happen, that the trauma bond needs to be corrected and shifted into a healthy, sustainable bond. The sign of Cancer is known for good memory and for the ability to hold on the longest, either positively or negatively. So, although it will be hard to overlook any slights at this time, forgiveness is the best response. Right now, your moods may be changeable, just like the moon's phases throughout the month, but you may want to hide and withdraw from hurt and pain. Perhaps this pain is real or imagined, but in this solitude, you will build a greater strength to face whatever it is that holds you back. So, there's positivity in this. There is, but there's also the potentiality for just really extreme levels of drama and trauma. And maybe for some of us, those extreme levels of drama and trauma are the very thing we need to reignite our sacred flame, to bring our attention to the fact that we've allowed our fire to die down to embers. And now it's time to really blow some life back into that. Get it all burning nice and big once again, right? I would say don't be scared. Face whatever needs to be faced. Yes, you're probably going to feel some anxiety. You're probably not going to want to do it, but whatever needs to be done, go ahead and do it. Make things happen. And, it'll be okay. It'll be okay. I think for numbers 1, 2, and 3 for everybody. We all kind of just need to get ourselves in a place where we can begin creating opportunities for further stability, further abundance building. Um, for some of us, What would help is joining the Morphogenetic Fundamentals workshop. This is where I teach the basics of the energetic system that I came into this life just knowing. I teach aura spectra bioregenesis. My system is called Kokoro 33. If you'd like to learn the fundamentals, this is perfect opportunity. This workshop is coming up. There's limited seats at this point, but this workshop's coming up. Go check it out. If you're more interested in the business aspect, the financial growth that you could experience, financial abundance that you are wanting to manifest, you don't know what to do. This is not actual business advice. I'm not a licensed business advisor. This is a soul based business mentorship. This is where we sit down and we take quite a bit of time to allow your soul to speak openly and guide you efficiently and clearly in what direction you need to go to build opportunities that will bring in financial abundance, financial stability. And if you guys don't quite know what this is what I did for myself. I did this for myself. I've done a soul based business. Um, what is it called? Advising, I guess. I forgot the word that I wanted to use. But I've gone ahead and I've helped a couple other people before I offered this as a service. And they've done some pretty amazing things with it. They have built viable businesses that they are thriving in. One person that I love to share about because I'm just so proud of his accomplishments. Within several months, yeah, just a couple little tips from Soul. Um, he was able to get himself featured in Forbes magazine. Forbes, which that feature was then picked up by I think it was CNN, MSNBC, and then I think Fox News as well. So all of that got featured. He's doing really well for himself. Really, really well, working with quite a few very well-known names. He's doing really well for himself. And all of that, he was going to throw it away. He was going to throw it away and choose to go back to old cycles. And I was like, what are you doing? What are you doing? I mean, if that's what you want to do it. But like, don't lie to yourself. Be very upfront with yourself that you are choosing to revert back to old cycles. It's okay if that's what you want to choose, but just be honest with yourself if that's what you're going to choose, right? That's what I could do for you in a soul based business mentorship. I can help you find the courage to forge forward in ways you didn't think you could. Becoming stabilized is much easier than what we think, especially when it's aligned between the self and the soul, between the reality of what you need and the potentiality of your purpose. Beautiful, powerful things can happen for you if you can simply hear and apply what needs to be done. You're getting instruction from soul all the time. You got to do something with it so that you can create a life you don't need a vacation from. And with that, I need to get back to my life that I don't get a vacation from. I love my job. I love every aspect of my job. I do. I absolutely do. And I'm very thankful that my soul has guided me in the ways that it has, because it's created a type of stability in my life that I have sought my entire life. I'm not talking about money. I'm talking about everything. Everything. From my community to my purpose, to the development of that purpose, the sharing of that purpose with our community, the way that is affecting members of our community in the most positive way, helping them to heal and grow. I mean, I never would have ever imagined that I could ever do any of the things that I'm easily doing right now, just by being myself and listening to what my soul tells me I need to do. Life doesn't have to be hard. And all these changes that are coming, it will happen very quickly for you. So be ready. Be ready to receive and be ready to accept that you deserve all the goodness that's headed your way. I got to get going. If you haven't already found me on TikTok, go find me on TikTok. I'm Emmy Evolving across all social media. These bastardos made more made more accounts as Emmy Evolving, complete with fake Hoobie links. None of that shit is me. The only TikTok account that I have has 111 people that I follow. I do not follow back anymore. Okay? If any Emmy Evolving account that you find has more than 111 people that they are following and messages you, that ain't me, boo. That is not me. We all have established I am introverted and antisocial. Don't be messaging people. I do not. So that's not me. But find me anyways. I'll see you